Fragrance and skincare. There are a lot of lies and myths out there that needs to be debunked at meron din namang mga magandang rason kung bakit kailangan nating iwasan ito. Hi, my name is Norman and I'm back at it again. Just to put out a huge disclaimer out there, I'm not a board certified dermatologist and I'm not even a medical esthetician. It just so happened that I'm someone who's very passionate about making you guys realize that yes, you can still be beautiful regardless of your life status, condition, and even physical appearance. If that's something you guys are interested in, then please keep on watching. What's hilarious is that while I'm talking about skincare, I do have like a pimple on my forehead. Like, girl, yeah, that's normal. So napag-alaman ko na merong dalawang magkaibang opinion pagdating sa fragrances and skincare. One is that people say, I hate fragrances, I'm allergic to it, don't get it near me. On the other side says, I love fragrances, it makes me feel good, I don't want to touch a product if it smells like ass. What's interesting is when we discuss about the biochemistry and the skin science of how our body actually reacts to fragrances and what fragrances actually are. It gets a lot more complex than yes, it's safe and no, it's dangerous. So let's define fragrance. In skincare, fragrance can be labeled as perfume or fragrance, and it can actually have hundreds, if not thousands, of ingredients in it. The reason why is because of IP or intellectual property. Sabihin na natin that there is this amazing skincare on shelves and I want to recreate it and I want to know what's in it. Like, gusto ko siyang kopyahin, gusto kong gayahin yung eksaktong formulation ng amazing product na ito. Pwede ko siyang ilagay sa isang mass spectrometer and I can easily identify what are the ingredients that are in here. So, ang ginagawa ng ibang companies, nilalagyan nila ito ng fragrances. They can put a bunch of compounds in here para lituhin ako, the cosmetic chemist, or the mass spectrometer, the machine which can figure this out. And that protects them and their intellectual property or IP so that nobody else can steal their formula. But there are other things that are considered fragrances in a skincare. Essential oils can be considered fragrances. Plant extracts or plant ingredients can be considered fragrance by some. So, gets ko yung point na para protektahan ng cosmetic formulation, but are you also destroying people's skin? Or people becoming allergic to these things? Is it causing irritation? Ako personally, mas pipiliin ko yung isang product na effective kesa yung product na mabango lang. Parang sa pagpili ng partner, mas gugustuhin ko na yung matalino, loyal, kesa dun sa gwapo lang. Hoy! So there's a little bit more to it. Meron tayong tinatawag na product psychology. Our olfactory, our nose, our senses are deeply connected into our memory. We often associate senses with certain feelings, moods, or emotions. Manufacturers know this. So nilalagyan nila ito ng fragrances with certain compounds that triggers these certain pathways in our brain to make us feel good. For instance, lavender chamomile to make us feel relaxed, or something like orange, lime, citrus that can make us feel energized. I personally hate this. I think it is stupid. Although alam at gets ko naman bakit nila ito ginagawa. Kasi kapag wala kang good experience sa isang product na pinurchase mo, syempre hindi mo na siya ipapurchase ulit. Parang kapag nakikipag-meet up ka lang, di ba? Yung kapag hindi ka nagalingan sa kanya sa unang meet ko pa lang, syempre hindi ka na makikipagkita ulit. So ako kasi, I'm more interested into the effectivity of a product rather than its smell. So that's when we talk about other plant extracts that are also considered fragrances. That does a little bit more than just to make the product smells good. So see, when we talk about plant extracts or Japanese honeysuckle, radish ferment filtrate, or green tea, they think of the smell without realizing those many compounds do many other things in a formula. Specifically, it's stabilization. They can stabilize it and act as a preservative. They can work as a penetration enhancers, meaning helping things penetrate deeply into the skin so that other products can work better. and some of them can be antioxidants into the skin, such as green tea. Others can be anti-inflammatory, such as Centella asiatica or tiger grass. And again, these plant extracts that are listed, some people call it fragrances, but it really is a skincare ingredient that can actually help. So marami tayo naririnig ng demonization when it comes to fragrances. Some people claim it gives them rashes, it breaks them out, even brands. So you see, from a brand's perspective, pwede mo to magamit into your advantage. If a brand says it's fragrance free and talks about how horrible fragrance is in a skincare, what you're gonna do? You're gonna buy my product that is fragrance free. So now I can sell you something. So just the way fragrance can be used to market to people, fragrance free or synthetic fragrance free can be used to market to the opposite group. So there's money and a little bit of bias on both sides. So pag-usapan naman natin biologically why some people can be allergic to fragrances. How does this happen and why is it so dangerous? The reason behind this is our immune system, our CD4 T cells. Think of your immune systems as your little soldiers all throughout your entire body. The immune system's job is to keep you healthy. When something gets into the body that isn't supposed to be there, the immune system is gonna kick it the F out. So now we're talking about skin. We have to recognize that the skin is the body's largest organ. It does help us control temperature. It helps us touch and feel such pain and sensation. Guess what? It also protects us. It's like our gate. It keeps the bad stuff out, such as bacteria and viruses, and keeps the good stuff in, which is us. So, what happens when we put a product on the skin? It absorbs some of the ingredients, and the body says, hey, this ingredient is not us. The body can recognize what's called an antigen. From an ingredient, it can be pollen, can be food like peanut, or it could be fragrances or essential oils, or plant extracts in your skincare. Our body sees it and grabs onto it and basically presents it to other cells and say, hey guys, I found this. This doesn't look like the rest of us. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? That's when your immune system creates antibodies. It builds up a memory or a defense so that if it comes in contact on it again, it can actually fight it. Ganyan actually ang ginagawa sa mga flu vaccines. Binibigyan ka nila ng low or dead form of flu so that your body can build up this response. So when the flu comes again, your body can actually fight it. But if your body is making these antibodies to fight against these substances such as fragrances or pollen that aren't actually harmful, your body is working a little too hard in the wrong places. Ito yung tinatawag na hypersensitivity. You see, your body is hyper and overly sensitive to things that it doesn't need to be. And again, that's why the first time, the second time, or even the 10th time that you've used a certain fragrance or a certain fragrant compound in one of these products, you have no reaction. Maybe your body builds up the immune response. And finally, one day it says, boom, we are releasing histamines. Here comes the red, itchy skin, the urticaria, the bumps. Here comes the vasodilation. And since this is a type 1 response, and if it gets bad, you can get a runny nose, an anaphylactic shock. Anaphylactic shock is when we think about the traditional allergic reaction. But the major allergic reaction called anaphylaxis is using the same immune system from the body that is created these responses to these minor irritants. And this is why a lot of people are afraid of fragrance because obviously you don't want to have this itchy red rashes or vasodilated skin. And maraming doctors and dermatologists ang magsasabi sa iyo nito because dermatologists have seen the worst of the worst. If your skin is happy and you're having a great job with your orange scented morning cleanser, you're probably not coming into the doctor because your skin is blotchy and itchy and red. You're having a trouble breathing. So despite all these disadvantages, there are also benefits in fragrance or plant extracts in a skincare. Like I mentioned, the Japanese honeysuckle or the radish ferment filtrate can be used as a preservative in a skincare. Even menthol, it's also used in medicine. Pag masakit yung likod mo or yung katawan mo, gamit ka ng isang oil or isang haplas or salon pass, for example, para maibsan yung sakit ng pangangatawan mo. The reason for that is because it binds into the receptor in our skin, numbs the sensation of pain. So, yes, it can be irritating, but it can also help with pain management, pain relief, proven by science. So, based on all of this, where do we draw the line? Ano ang point? I think that it's very irresponsible to demonize or hate fragrance in a skincare because fear mongering just makes the skincare less enjoyable for everyone. It stops people from using the product that would otherwise be great. And on top of that, it allows these fragrance free or synthetic fragrance free companies to get away with selling more products. But at the same time, there are also certain people who are allergic to these fragrances. So, what's right for you? You have to look at your skincare experiences. Are you okay with using a product that smells like ass? Because usually fragrance free product smells like ass. Even in scented formulas has this called masking fragrance to hide the actual fragrance. So if you're concerned about the allergic reactions, then look at the ingredients list. Turn and learn the ingredients, ika nga ni Cassandra Bankson. But don't make those decisions on your own. Go to a doctor, a dermatologist, to actually get a patch test. But to freak out about these fragrances and not understand the chemistry and the science behind this is irresponsible. I do wish that it's easy as yes or no to these products, but as you can see, it's about the formula, the stability, the context. It's about your body's immune system. And it's also about the marketing bullshit that a lot of these marketing companies are trying to shut down on our throats. I really hope this helps you understand the biochemistry and the medical aspects of why fragrance can be irritating for some. Also, the formulation perspective of why some of these things can be beneficial to your skin. I love you guys for watching. As always, again, sobrang tagal na, no? Bago ako nakapag-vlog. It's been a year, actually. Huwag kayo mag-alala. Try ko ang best ko na makabalik ulit sa paggagawa ng contents para mas marami pa tayong ma-educate when it comes to skincare to make you feel beautiful about yourself. I love you guys for watching. As always, thank you so much for being the best part of my journey as a content creator. And have a great rest of your day. Bye!